In this video, I'm going to be showcasing a new challenge, which is 3 towers chimps, double HP MOABs, or MOABs if you prefer. So the first combo that I'm doing here is Overclock, Balloon Crash, Sky Shredder. So here's a video of what I did for 63. I overclocked the Balloon Impact. And so I got Shredder pretty late, but it worked out fine. So skipping ahead to round 95, which is the next round where something is interesting. It's a bit of cleansing foam RNG. You just want the Balloon Crush to be able to stun them. And I'm overclocking the Shredder just so that it can catch anything that might get past the Balloon Crush, because they're essentially fortified DDTs. So the rules of this challenge are: you have Chimps mode, you set your health to 300 or 200% MOAB health, and you can't use any towers such that those 2 towers and a base 000 tower can be done in regular Chimps. So that means no 2 tower Chimps, no 2 tower co-op Chimps, and also no Crossbow Master Dark Champion, Flagship Dark Champion, Gluestorm Dark Champion, Glaive Lord Dark Champion, Brickle the Anti-Balloon, Archmage Marine, and I think that's about it. Oh, you also can't do Archmage Dark Champion. Just because, like, otherwise it would become a challenge where you just take a 2TC and add a 3rd tower, which is really not what I wanted it to be. So for 98, it's a bit harder than the rest of the rounds. I'm gonna hold off on overclocking the Shredder, because I don't want to make too many fortified MOABs that I can't clean up. So I'm gonna wait until I already have stuff to clean up, then I'll have the overclock on to deal with that. Balloon Crush only has 48 Pierce, so like it can hit its Pierce cap easily on rounds like 98. So yeah, the double HP is like a lot more than you would expect it to be. Even with towers that normally only have an issue with ceramics, when you double the MOAB health, it just becomes a lot harder. For the record, 1-2TC has been done on double HP MOABs, which was Wizard Lord Phoenix and Sky Shredder. Probably nothing else is possible. Wizard Lord Phoenix Apache Prime doesn't beat 982. Just because they're the fortified MOABs, which are really threatening since they have double health even of the normal fortified MOAB, and they move really fast. Anyway, so here's 100. I'm fast forwarding a bit because popping the bad layer is not very interesting. So that's the first of 3 combos in this video that's done. So the pop counts and stuff might not match because I recreated that run in Challenge Editor because I accidentally deleted the footage. So then this next combo is MOAB Domination, Ground Zero, Primary Expertise. So 95, I needed the help of Ground Zero. I actually got this far with only Bomb Rays. But this round, the MOAB Domination just can't keep up with all the DDTs. .96 is pretty easy. I mean, the MOAB Domination and Expertise is a pretty good combo, because the Expertise can clean up large waves of ceramics. It's got 100 Pierce, which is nice. It only has 10 Pierce if it's hitting blimps though. It's weird, the blimps take up more Pierce than ceramics do. So 98 is a bit harder, like I just have to use ground zero once, but it can't just be soloed unless you have like really good targeting and timings on the expertise and stuff. Not just because they're fortified, but because everything is clumped. So on 99, I'm using ground zero early because I want to get it up early for round 100. And I just need that extra little bit of damage just so that MOAB domination and expertise can beat this. Because MOAB domination, like, it's a lot better than MOAB press is against DDTs because it does a short stun before doing the knockback. And the way that MOAB press works is by reducing the speed by a constant amount. So if the speed is set to 0 during when it's knocking back, then it goes a lot further back. Because like, if you try to use MOAB press against a DDT, it just kind of slows it down, it doesn't even move it backwards. So you can see where like, it's slowly inching forward with these EMGs, but like it's a lot slower than it would be just by itself. And then at the end I'm gonna ground zero here. Probably like round 100 is possible without using ground zero, but the DDT rounds are probably not. Anyway, this next one is Glaive Ricochet Marine Dark Champion. So in this 3TC double HP MOABs, Marine Dark Champion can solo the late game, but you need a fair bit of help for mid game, especially 63. The Glaive Ricochet is barely enough, but it works out. The other thing is that your mid game carry tower can't be too expensive, or else you just wouldn't afford Dark Champion in time, and that wouldn't be fun. Like 92 is hard enough, trying to get any further without Dark Champion would be hard. So this is 98, it's not too bad with good marine placement and dark shifting, but it's definitely a lot harder than in regular chimps. I mean, in regular chimps, Dark Champion can solo 98 and all of late game. Definitely not the case here. But Marine has 30 pierce and 6 damage, it's got a lot of DPS. I think it's 150 single target DPS, so it's actually pretty good. The other thing is I have to get all my abilities up for 99, because 99 is actually pretty hard. You know, the fortified DDTs have twice the health, so now they have 2,208 health, and they still move just as fast. So I'm dark shifting into the spot that I'm going to use on 99. And I'm just going to get all my abilities up. So I'll put the Marine and the Dark Champion on last to clear out some of the MOABs. And then when the DDTs come in, I'm going to put this Champion on strong. And then eventually put the Marine on first. Dark shift over to that side so it can hit a lot of them at once. And then even then, I just barely win. So like you see, that was really close. Around 100 though is not too bad. It's just like, you know, dark shift the dark champion around, make sure it's always doing damage, and you're fine. So again, this part is sped up just because, like, you know, it's kind of long and not really that interesting. And the Marine will clean up the ceramics from the ZMGs here, so it's not too big of a deal. So yeah, this is a 3-tower double HP MOABs challenge. Join my server if you want to submit something.